Hello, I am Cardinal Kennedy of the Ecumenical Order of Christ. Brothers and sisters, I'm talking to you today about the 144,000 children and why you have not left Babylon. I ask for a simple question. You have today, in modern society, an easier way to be travelling from wherever you are to go across the border to safety, as you were instructed to do. You have heard many of the clergy speak and say to you, leave Babylon now. Have you done this? No, you haven't, have you? You have no idea exactly what is coming. This is your own fear. You are scared to leave what you have behind. Even though those materialistic things are about to go. They are about to be burned. You have heard in our Lord's speech recently that he was going to take the children. Some of those children have already been taken. Once the rest have been taken, you will see the great burning. Yes, I do mean Armageddon. But it's not just Armageddon. You know yourself in scriptural text in Revelations that Babylon will see all its plagues in one day. One day. You know yourself that Hawaii is burning. That is due to go boom any time, because the scientist has turned around and said the great show has not happened yet. That is nothing compared to the great burning that shall happen with America, the Mystery Babylon. So why are you still in Babylon? In the ancient times, Moses went to Egypt and he brought out the tribes of Israel. Once they were told by Pharaoh to leave, they packed up and left in one day. And they did what they were told to do. They obeyed. But that was only 10%. You can imagine, after all the plagues that struck Egypt during that time period, that only 10% of the Jewish population out of those 12 tribes actually left Egypt with Moses. The others endured through the plagues and died with the Egyptians. They also had to go through all the suffering that entailed. You have been given the opportunity to leave. You know he is the returned Messiah, so why are you not obeying? He's asked you to leave. Now, you have buses, cars, aircraft, trains. What is stopping you? It's simple. Your own fear, your own arrogance. You think you have time. Well, I'm sorry to say this to you, but you have not any time left. We do not go by your time. We go by the Lord's time, by the Father's time. Do you understand that? You cannot put it off till next week, or the week after, or when you feel like it. Because believe you me, when these plagues come upon Babylon in one day, you will wish that you had obeyed in the first place. All those things you have now will no longer exist. They'll be burned up. Everything around you. Go on, have a look. Have a look around you now. See what you've got. It's all materialistic things. The Lord said, in paradise, in his new kingdom, you shall be having tenfold of what you have now. He didn't make a paradise for nothing, and he has chosen people to experience that and walk the boulevards. Count yourselves lucky that out of nearly 8 billion people on this planet, you are in his flock. You should be doing exactly as the old ancient people did and follow out. Do your exodus and leave Babylon. Now there's one thing I did say, is that the children themselves have been telling you this for years now. They have been given the visions and dreams of this event coming. They know it's close. I would like you to listen to these children and then look at yourself in a mirror and think hard. Am I worthy of the new kingdom? Am I going to leave Babylon as I was instructed to do so by the returned Messiah? We cannot force you because it's your free will. But think long and hard about your last decision that you will ever make. Follow the Lord and be an example to others at Exodus Babylon, or suffer the fate that will befall it. I hope and pray you choose well. Now, here are those children. Now listen to them.
What? Yeah? What? Just tell me, what were you saying? Yeah? Mm-hmm. Okay. You're going up? Is that what you said? Yeah? Up and up? Who's coming? I love you, honey.
How did you meet them?
The angels were like, these are one of your relatives. And then I was like, what's his or her name? And then...
Do you remember any of the names?
One I think was like Uncle Josh or something, I think.
Cool. And what do you remember about the angels?
That they were nice and they were very bright. They weren't super dark or anything like that.
Were they as tall as people or different sizes, or what do you remember?
Different sizes, little different sizes, probably.
Did they have wings or no wings?
Some had wings, some didn't.
Did they have armor or no armor? Or
Some had a little armor on.
like were some having swords or no swords? Or do you remember?
Some had swords, some had like bow and arrows or something like that.
Cool. Did you see any that you knew were guardian angels? Or
No.
couldn't tell if any were guardian. Okay. And what do you remember about Jesus? Did you meet him personally or just see him? Or did he talk to you?
Yeah, he talked to me a little bit and I saw him.
Do you remember what he said to you?
Come with me, we are going to heaven, and we're going to have a party. Yeah.
Cool. What do you remember about Jesus, what he looked like?
He was very bright. He had kind of brownish hair, I think, like brown eyes, I think.
Did he have a beard or no beard? Or
No beard.
no beard? Did he, do you remember if he was wearing like a robe or?
Sometimes when I saw him, I saw a robe on him. Sometimes I saw like normal human clothes.
Okay, cool. And what was happening outside before he came?
I saw a lot of things collapsing, and I saw a lot of dust in the air, and saw some floods, and I heard a lot of screaming.
Screaming because of people were being hurt by like natural disasters, or was there something else? Do you know what people were screaming about?
No, because we had our we didn't really look outside. The blinds were closed and stuff.
Oh, okay. So, did you get to see what was happening, or you just heard what was happening?
We heard what was happening.
Gotcha. Were you scared at all, or anything?
I was a little scared at first.
Do you remember where we were at? Are we in our house now, or was it another house? Or?
It was at this house.
Okay, cool. And then you said Jesus and his angels showed up?
Mhm.
Cool. And then did we fly up to heaven, or did we just immediately appear in heaven?
We just immediately we just got up to heaven like as quick as a wink.
Cool. And do you remember where you were standing in heaven?
Well, yes, but I can't really explain where it was, where I
Was it grass, or was it like a shiny gold? Or what? Like a castle, like a building? Do you remember?
It was kind of like a shiny floor. It was like a shiny, really shiny ground and stuff.
Oh, cool. Did you see any? Do you remember anything else you saw there, like rivers or trees or anything?
Yeah, I saw some trees. I saw a couple of rivers, some ponds, some little ducklings.
So you saw some animals?
Mhm.
What animals do you remember seeing?
Some deer, some chipmunks.
Do you remember seeing anything unusual that you wouldn't see here on Earth besides angels?
No,
Okay, pretty
I think.
cool. And what do you remember about the angels?
That they were nice and they were very bright. They weren't super dark or anything like that.
Were they as tall as people, or different sizes, or what do you remember?
Different sizes, little different sizes, probably.
Did they have wings or no wings?
Some had wings, some didn't.
Did they have armor or no armor? Or
Some had a little armor on.
Like, were some having swords or no swords, or do you remember?
Some had swords, some had like bow and arrows or something like that.
Cool. Did you see any that you knew were guardian angels, or?
No.
Couldn't tell if any were guardian. Okay. And what do you remember about Jesus? Did you meet him personally, or just see him, or did he talk to you?
Yeah, he talked to me a little bit and I saw him.
Do you remember what he said to you?
Come with me, we are going to heaven, and we're going to have a party. Yeah.
Cool. What do you remember about Jesus, what he looked like?
He was very bright. He had kind of brownish hair, I think, like brown eyes, I think.
Did he have a beard or no beard?
No beard.
No beard. Did he, do you remember if he was wearing like a robe, or?
Sometimes when I saw him, I saw a robe on him. Sometimes I saw like normal human clothes.
Okay, cool. And what was happening outside before he came?
I saw a lot of things collapsing, and I saw a lot of dust in the air, and saw some floods, and I heard a lot of screaming.
Screaming because of people were being hurt by like natural disasters, or was there something else? Do you know what people were screaming about?
No, because we had our we didn't really look outside. The blinds were closed and stuff.
Oh, okay. So, did you get to see what was happening, or you just heard what was happening?
We heard what was happening.
Gotcha. Were you scared at all, or anything?
I was a little scared at first.
Do you remember where we were at? Are we in our house now, or was it another house? Or?
It was at this house.
Okay, cool. And then you said Jesus and his angels showed up?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. And then did we fly up to heaven, or did we just immediately appear in heaven?
We just got up to heaven like as quick as a wink.
Cool. And do you remember where you were standing in heaven?
Well, yes, but I can't really explain where it was, where
Was it grass, or was it like a shiny gold? Or what? Like a castle, like a building? Do you remember?
It was kind of like a shiny floor. It was like a shiny, really shiny ground and stuff.
Oh, cool. Did you see any? Do you remember anything else you saw there, like rivers or trees or anything?
Yeah, I saw some trees. I saw a couple rivers, some ponds, some little ducklings.
So you saw some animals?
Mm-hmm.
What animals do you remember seeing?
Some deer, some chipmunks.
Do you remember seeing anything unusual that you wouldn't see here on Earth, besides angels?
No.
Okay, pretty normal. All right. And did Jesus or the angels tell you anything else?
You will be safe up here, and some other stuff, but I don't remember all that they said.
Oh, okay. Were we staying in heaven, or were they bringing us back to Earth, or do you remember?
They bring us back to Earth once, like, the collapse was done, and there was a new world.
Oh, there was a new world?
Yeah.
Oh, like a new Earth, or a new...
Basically, yeah, new Earth.
Wow. What do you remember about that?
There was some different animals. There was some different objects.
Like what kind of objects?
shiny thingies.
Something pretty or?
Yeah, lots of pretty things. So it kind of reminded me of a heaven a little bit.
So it's kind of like an earth that looked like heaven a little bit?
Yeah.
Wow.
My name is Alana, and I'm 7 years old. And I had this raptor dream. My raptor dream was about I got in a car with my mom. She started driving. People are running around, screaming, and then I heard this trumpet sound 3 times. And I looked up in the sky. There was this bright light was shining, and I saw people raising up. And then something told me to get out the car, and then I start rising up with them.
See, I started walking and I just started talking. I was echoing like sentences, but at the end, I just started see like demonstration right here.
Okay.
What?
All right, well, what was it that you were saying and hearing?
So basically, I was with these things
Visions?
going through my visions. It was like visions basically going through my head. There was sounds there as well. I was seeing stuff. I was memorizing verses. I didn't know their names, but I was memorizing what I've read, and there might be stuff going on.
Remembering what you read.
Yes, I was remembering stuff. So basically, when I started walking, I told you I was reading sentences basically, and so first thing that really came up in my mind. See, I was basically talking about like signs. First thing was like there's going to be signs in the sun, and the stars, and in the moon. First things first, there's like sun, okay? It turned dark, which in another sentence, it was the sun will turn dark. It wasn't an eclipse. It wasn't an eclipse. It just turned dark.
Okay, what was the rest of it?
So, and the stars. I was seeing outlines of like a lion, okay?
Like what? Yeah.
It was like roaring with his paw up, like it was about to shrink. Then on the other side, facing the lion, there was a lamb.
And this was outlines in the stars, you said?
Yes, outlines in the stars. There was just complete space, and there was just stars. And then just saw the
Interesting.
outlines. I know. It's interesting. So basically, moon. I heard another sentence about the moon being turned blood red. This one was like fresh blood red. It was red. It was dark red. It was basically black, but you could see, you would notice that it's red. So, yeah. And then there's like more of revelation kind of in here. So basically I was like talking about science again. I was imagining warfare. Like the biblical warfare, like stuff firing down at the earth. Stuff happening on the earth. There's like big army. There was no houses in this. There was just army. Miles and miles away. Just army.
Army of what?
Battle. Like actual earth battle, but like heavier. Like it was, World War II was nothing compared to this.
Huh.
There was just cannons firing down. It was like almost all of the world was just war.
Huh.
Yeah, it was just miles and miles and miles, thousands of miles of war.
Huh.
Yeah, and and there, I had a memory of like clouds, okay? And there was like a window frame right there. It was bright light, okay? It was bright light. Like white, bright white kind of thing. I looked out and see there's like just clouds smeared, but when some of those clouds are taken out, it makes like a giant, but it was giant, but it just made a 6. By it a 6, and then by it again a 6. 6, 6, 6.
That is weird.
I know, and I just started walking, and then I finally went into my room. I shut the door. I started walking again and just talked. And I was talking to myself about how much demons are on the world.
So, brothers and sisters, you have now witnessed out of the very mouths of children that they are going to be taken, that they have seen Armageddon, that they have seen Babylon fall, that they have seen even demons fighting against those who are the saints of the Lord. You had a choice, and your choice is about up. Time is about up. You either leave now or you suffer the fate in your hands, and may God have mercy on your soul if you stay. Love God, love each other. Amen.